Hey girlfriends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sydney Simone. As y'all can tell from the title, today we're going to be talking about my modeling journey in Atlanta. I've been living in Atlanta for a little over a year now, and I've been taking modeling serious ever since I moved here. So I wanted to do a video about like how it is modeling here. What are the biggest markets? What are some challenges? What are some pros, some cons? So let's just get right into it. So when it comes to modeling, I mainly do e-commerce and runway, and then I just started doing swim modeling. Also, just for reference, I'm 5'10" and a half. I'm very slim. I wear like a size 2'4". Just kind of give you guys like an idea of the type of model I am and like kind of what I give. First thing that I noticed when it came to Atlanta is a lot of the castings are for music videos. Atlanta is music video crazy. I feel like if you have the IG baddie aesthetic, or you're a very curvy, thick girl, you have a big butt, you're very voluptuous, then Atlanta would be perfect for you when it comes to, and you're actually interested in music videos. You would be perfect for Atlanta because it's music video crazy, and they normally go for the thicker girls or just kind of the IG baddie aesthetic. I've done 2 music videos since I've been here. Both of the music videos I've done, like someone else kind of referred me. For me, I'm just so picky when it comes to music videos that it's almost like pointless for me to submit to them, because I would hate to submit to something and then they choose me and then I'm being like hella picky about what I want to do and what I don't want to do. Do you get what I'm saying? Because me, like, I don't want to twerk. I don't want to like have my butt. I mean, I'm willing to do something sexy, but it has to just be a certain vibe, and I don't want to just be like throwing ass. That's just really not the vibe I'm going for. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think it is very easy to get classified as a video vixen here in Atlanta, and it's very easy to get classified as an IG model as well. So I'm very aware of that, and I'm very like particular about my brand and what I do, and I just want to make sure that I'm taken seriously in this modeling world. So I don't really apply for music videos unless it specifically says like no twerking, looking for a dark skinned slim model, like look like they're specifically looking for the vibe that I give off. And so the 2 videos that I have done, one of the casting agencies like reached out to me personally because it wasn't like a twerking thing, it's actually like a pageant scene in the video, and it actually comes out next month. I can't say like who it's for or anything because I signed an NDA. Isn't that so serious? But it comes out next month, so I can't wait to see it. But that was that one. And then I did one for Nympho, which is 2 small artists out of Alabama. Love them down, and my friend referred me for that one, and it was like just a real chill vibe, kind of like a 90s vibe, no twerking, just like looking pretty and just looking pretty, really. Atlanta is also really big when it comes to the film industry. So if you are an aspiring actress, there are so many like TV shows, movies that are filmed here. For example, P Valley, BMF, Tyler Perry Studios is here. So all of the Tyler Perry shows and movies are filmed here, and many other films are here. So it's really easy to get background work here. I'm not even like that serious about acting, and I've even done background work here. I did some background work on BMF on the latest season. I was like a waitress in a strip club. I did some background work on an MTV dating show. Don't even know what the dating show is called. They wouldn't disclose it, but some MTV dating show. There was like a mock what do we do? It was like a casting. Like we had to pretend like we were models going to a casting in a like reality show. I had the opportunity to do background work on P Valley, but my schedule just didn't align. And then I was also asked to do some extra work on All the Queen's Men, which is a Tyler Perry show, but I just ended up not taking it. But yeah, there's a lot of like extras work and background work here in Atlanta, and that is like a great way to kind of move up in the acting world. If you're interested in acting and you want like a stepping stone, I definitely recommend Atlanta. As I said, I love e-commerce. I'm an e-commerce girly. If you don't know what e-commerce means, that basically just means modeling for clothing brands. Like when you go on Old Navy and you're scrolling looking at the clothes, the model that's wearing the clothes on the website, that's called e-commerce modeling, and it pays really well, and it also can be very consistent. A lot of times it's contractual, so a lot of those models have a contract with that brand. Like if you notice on Fashion Nova, like they have their go-to models, so when you get something like that, a lot of times it's like consistent money. So that's the thing I'm always looking for. And there are e-commerce jobs here, but I do feel like Atlanta is mostly streetwear brands, which I'm not opposed to it all, but I just want to tell you guys, I feel like it is mostly streetwear brands and kind of like IG baddie brands. I feel like there's not as many like, I don't know, just kind of like everyday wear. I will say athleisure is getting really big right now, so there are a lot of like matching sets, IG Baddie, Lounge, athleisure type of brands. Atlanta's great for e-commerce. I've definitely been able to work with like a few small brands since I've been here, just doing like brand photo shoots, which is my favorite thing to do. The modeling scene is very saturated. It's saturated everywhere, but it's definitely saturated in Atlanta, so I think it is just a little bit more competitive. I don't want to say a little bit more because I don't know how competitive it is in other cities, but it is competitive. I will tell you that it's competitive, modeling for these bigger brands. But there are like some good ones out there. I definitely have like a whole list in my notes of Atlanta brands that I want to work for or that I love to model for. It's just competitive and it's hard. And like I said before, I do think a lot of the brands here go for the IG Baddie aesthetic, which I don't know that I always give off. And I also do want to mention that I do feel like colorism is a thing in the modeling industry in general. It's really sad, but I do feel like when I go for things, I do kind of have to look at like, have they ever casted a dark skin model before? Do they use dark skin models? You know, because obviously I'm beautiful and talented, but I do think a lot of brands are very picky with the look that they're going for. And when you look at their website and you look at their Instagram, you only see one type of girl. Do you get what I'm saying? And you don't really see a girl that looks like me. You don't see a slim chocolate baddie. Okay, so I think that part does make it tricky, but you know, still I rise. And then runway. Atlanta does have a runway scene, but I feel like the runway here is very hit or miss. And I do feel like Atlanta's runway market is not really taken seriously when it comes to like the modeling industry as a whole. Like if you tell someone you're a runway model, they pretty much want you to be or expect you to be based in like New York. That's where runway is taken most seriously. So I don't feel like runway is taken very seriously here in Atlanta, but it is a good stepping stone. Like it's a good way to practice your walk, to just practice runway in general and like get used to walking and being a runway model. So I have done 2 runway shows since I've been here. I did F&W Style, which is inside of the Bloomingdale's here in Atlanta. Okay, my dog is in my lap. She wanted to join us, but I've also done the Natural Hair Show, runway show here in Atlanta. I did it with the Rose Couture Boutique. So there are runway opportunities here. It's just a little hit or miss. Like I feel like some of the shows can be like a little, you know, a little ghetto, a little country, a little unprofessional. So you definitely have to be like picky when it comes to runway shows here. Just do the more notable ones. And honestly, you can kind of tell if it's going to be a quality runway show or not based on the graphics and the marketing. You can pretty much tell, and based on like the photos on their Instagram. So you just have to be a little picky here when it comes to runway, but there are runway opportunities. So overall, I think Atlanta is a great place to start your modeling career, and I'm really happy that I moved here, especially with me being from Mississippi, where there's basically no modeling opportunities. I mean, nothing of substance, nothing like high paying. So I'm really happy that I moved here. I feel like this is a great stepping stone, and I feel like it's a great beginner place. At least for me personally, I don't see myself being in Atlanta forever. I definitely see myself moving up, and I think in my head it kind of, and I'm not saying this is where I'll move like in order, but in my head when it comes to modeling, it's kind of like Atlanta, Miami, LA, New York in my mind. Chicago is probably like in between Atlanta, Miami. So maybe like Nashville, Atlanta, Chicago, Miami, LA, New York. And of course, the city that you live in with modeling, it also depends on what kind of market you're looking for and what kind of model you are. There are definitely some models here in Atlanta that are booked and busy, that are consistently booked, that are paid, that are making like good money. I just don't think Atlanta is the best market for me personally, because like I said, not saying that you have to give this, but let's just be frank, a lot of times they are looking for the IG Baddie aesthetic here. I feel like rather than the high fashion look, which I feel like I do give more of a high fashion look. And then Miami is known for swimwear. Nashville and Chicago are pretty much known for like commercial, e-commerce. New York is known for high fashion, and then LA is like a mixture. I feel like LA is mostly commercial and swim. So of course it depends on what market you're looking for, what fits you best, but I do think Atlanta is like a great place to start your modeling career. I definitely think it's a great place, especially to start your portfolio. Like you can find a lot of dope photographers here, and they're way less expensive than photographers in New York or LA. And there's so many creatives here. There's so many creatives. There's so many just cool ass black people here that it's really easy to build your portfolio, to network, to get those collab shoots, to get those, you know, free photo shoots and stuff like that. Literally, if I wanted to, I could have a photo shoot every weekend here. Like, there was a point in my life where I did have a photo shoot every weekend. Even now, I have a photo shoot like every other weekend or every 2 weekends. But no, like, living here, if you want to have a photo shoot every weekend, you can. Like, literally just get on Threads. There are photographers on Threads all day long looking for models. It's a great place to network, because I feel like a lot of people in Atlanta are going places. Like, if they're not already places, they're going places. It's a lot of talented people here. Makeup artists, hairstylists, creative directors, photographers, stylists, models, you name it. Like, if you fit the look and if you find yourself being booked and busy here, I think you could definitely have a great modeling career here. And I feel like my modeling career is only going to get better and better with me being here. I'm going to be here at least for another year for sure. I feel like Atlanta has been good to me. I don't have any big complaints about Atlanta. Like, of course, I notice things, but that's with any industry. You're gonna notice things. You're gonna, I will say, like, just like any other city, you do have to be aware of scammers and weirdos. There are photographers who prey on women. There are photographers who only take sexual photos. They're very lustful and they only want to take your photo if it's going to be something sexy, and that's in every city. When you're looking for castings here, you're definitely going to see a lot of like casting calls for like celebrity parties, celebrity house parties, celebrity pool parties. You're gonna see a lot of that. I do feel like that's something to just be aware of, and like not to take too many of those. I don't know, just be cautious, be aware. If you do something like that, like bring a friend. Don't get too in the habit of just always doing those kind of castings, because like I said, I feel like in Atlanta you can get stuck in a box. With modeling in general, you can get stuck in a box quick. There's also a lot of castings for streamers, like for streaming here, which I think is so funny. Like, you will see a lot of like casting models for a huge streamer live stream tonight on Twitch, like need 5 beautiful bad models. Like, you're gonna see that a lot for sure. But yeah, there are a lot of opportunities in Atlanta, and one day I'm gonna do like a full like ebook or like a full like workshop or something on like modeling in Atlanta specifically, and like how I find gigs, how I get booked for things, people to work with, people to not work with, because there are definitely like some people here. That's another thing. Y'all know Atlanta is known for scamming, and there are some scammers here. There are people who claim to be casting directors or claim to have a casting agency, and you sign up for the casting agency and you never get booked for anything. They never even send you anything to possibly get booked for, and they like make you pay to be a part of like their casting agency, and then they never even send any opportunities. If you see somebody always posting casting opportunities but they never post like the opportunity after it's done, like they never post the models that they booked, or they never post the music video, they never post the photo shoot, like it's like it never comes out, they're scammers. And there are some photographers that are scammers here as well, but that's kind of with every city. But you definitely have to be aware of that here in Scamlanta. One thing I will say, I love being around like-minded people. There are so many people here that are taking modeling seriously, that are taking content creation seriously, and just taking like non-conventional jobs seriously. So I will say, living here, it just makes my dreams feel more attainable, because I actually see people doing it. I see people pursuing it. I see girls booked and busy and like making a living from modeling, and that's something that I never saw in Mississippi. I don't know like one person in Mississippi who is making a living from modeling. That is like one of the biggest things. Just being around people who are pursuing similar careers and pursuing non-conventional careers is so motivating, especially when you meet those people in person and you're able to have conversations with them and pick their brain, and like just, it's amazing. So yes, I love Atlanta. Those are my thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments if you live here, if you've ever modeled here. Tell me what you think about the modeling industry here, and yeah, just all the things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you. Bye.